I'm still bleeding, people. Like it goes away and then starts up again. It was like, and now it's like it's starting all over again. But this is 8 days now, and I know they do say, you know, it's probably nothing. It's perfectly normal if you're my age or whatnot. But I think they also say you should see a doctor. You know what I mean, just to make sure. And it didn't matter that I had that message on the machine over the weekend because it turned out my voicemail was full, so no one even heard the message. I've been spending all day trying to get those. I have all those messages on there that I had saved, and I just didn't. It's not indefinite. It's way more than you can do on a cell phone, but it ain't indefinite. And when I have 58 messages on there, it's tedious, even though you don't have to listen to the whole message. But I had to get on the phone with Comcast because I was having trouble trying to delete it. It turned out that it had let me access it without putting my password in. It wouldn't let me delete any messages, and I need to delete messages because I have professionals that are supposed to call me on that home phone, and they won't be able to reach me. So I spent all day doing that. My mom's back in that mental hospital. I talked to her social worker in that regular hospital. The doctor in there changed everything around. The social worker is really nice. I think I said this in the other video. He told me this, that, and whatever, and he'd be in contact with my mom's social worker in the mental hospital, and the doctor was in touch with, it doesn't matter. My mom's doctor's giving her a hard time, saying that Neurontin doesn't cause that viral infection, and it's just, I knew exactly what I knew, predicted, and he's going to do what he wants to do and not go with what that, I said that would happen. I'm smart. I said to the social worker, I said, as soon as my mom's back in their care, in that, you know, I didn't use the word clutches, but in my mind, in that doctor's clutches, he's not going to go along with that. That doctor put her on something called Remeron, took her off Zyprexa completely, off Haldol completely. This doctor in the Nat House wants her on the Zyprexa, and my mom said something like, he said you can take the Remeron too. I'm like, well, I don't know. My mom doesn't even know. He gave her a hard time. He might have said something like, and I said, Mom, you don't want to take the Remeron too. That'll just be extra medication, you know? It's my personal, I don't care if he's going to say it's just a coincidence. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody even knows why my mom had that 104 temperature. You get it? But if everything checked out normal, I mean, and it did. I mean, there's a couple, like the nurse had said something was a little bit tiny, tad low, but nothing to worry about, platelets or whatever, I don't know. But nothing to say, oh, and of course that doctor, okay, but they're all pro-medication, and the fact is, in my world, and I have to say that because I know that this viewpoint is not the popular viewpoint, it can be caused by combinations. Nobody even knows what combinations of they just like Joe said, they prescribe these psych meds with impunity, and nobody knows what the combination might affect different people. And him saying to my mom, well, the 1200 is no big deal, and there are people that take that 3 times a day. Yeah, and how old are